Zone 4. And again, remember, we're breaking apart an acreage property into zones so that we can maximize the use of it. So for us, zone 4 is what we may refer to as the open zone. Again, we're kind of linear here, so we're getting farther and farther away from the house. If you're thinking more in rings, if you have a more square property, then you're just thinking that not quite the farthest from the house, but that next one, the second most far from the house. And so often this is where your open space is, where you might have a field for soccer or wiffle ball or flag football or just running around. We'd use a lot of temporary stuff out here, so we can bring some soccer goals out. We can bring the flags out, or little temporary wiffle ball fence or bases and things like that. So this is kind of a blank slate. Keep it open. We don't want to grow anything permanently here. Our drainage runs one perimeter and the orchard runs the other, and we can go look at that here in a minute. But this is, for us anyway, we want this to be as level as we can. It's certainly not perfectly level because it's not main zone 1 or 2, so we're not irrigating this. We need rain to keep it green and thick, and so occasionally on our clay soils it gets a little bit unlevel. But again, think outer, but maximizing the use of it. That 5th zone is, so far, we're experimenting. This one, we know what we want to do with it for the most part. We want to keep it protected for those uses. I like a defined boundary. You do you. For us, a line of crepe myrtles, a drainage ditch, a little surface drain, and the orchard create a perimeter. And then back here, if you've seen our zone 5 video, if not, go check it out. Back here is treehouse, ponds, experimental fruit trees, a little bit more occupied where you have to bob and weave. This is open, and I'll be honest, sometimes this is donuts on the go-kart, but this is the one spot that you can do that. So we like to keep it open. Yes, physically open, so you can throw a football as far as you can, but also open to the possibilities where you're not really restricting it to any one singular use. So for us, also zone 4 is orchard. I don't want it full zone 5 because that's so far from the house, but I need it separate from some other stuff for a couple of reasons. We get dropped fruit, we get bees. I also need full sun. So for me, this is east and this is west. I'm okay with the little early shade, but then I want all that midday and afternoon sun. So this is the spot for it. I don't want it shaded by the house, so zone 1 and 2 don't make any sense. So zone 4 for us is open, but it's also orchard. We've got apple and pear and peach and plum and nectarine and fig and all kinds of fun stuff. But even in the orchard, for me, if I was limited on space, I would plant these much tighter and I would just have less fruit trees. But because we're on some acreage, now I can open that up. Again, zone 4, open zone. I can open that up and leave some space to get a mower through there if I want. Or for us, it's really to be able to walk through. We've lost some trees in the last few years, so we got more space to walk than we want. But we've got some young ones coming up in their space. And we are hopeful that, again, within a few years, this is walkable, feels more like you're walking in some shaded canopy than as open as it currently is. But again, pretty open in here all the way down to zone 3, which again, that's where we begin to have some more defined restricted use. So we'll talk more about that in that video. But as you're thinking about zone 4, make sure you check out those other videos, or there's a PDF attached somewhere, linked somewhere near this video, where you can see all 5 zones and how we not only encourage you, but really recommend and almost would tell you you're kind of wasting the opportunity if you don't think in these zones. You can call them whatever you want, but to maximize the use of your small acreage property. Again, we're not farm and ranch, but we're also not typical neighborhood property. So get that PDF and watch those other videos so you can think about, how is your property oriented? How do you maximize the use of it? How do you, give and take with a spouse or children or families or in-laws or multi-generational, whoever's living with you? How does everybody kind of get what they want out of a larger property without necessarily interfering or bothering anybody else? Some things belong zone 5, some 4. And then as you get closer in, a lot of times the space is really defining what needs to be there. And so we'll talk about that in those other videos. But comment below, let us know how you would use your zone 4. Make sure you get the PDF. And then if you're thinking about buying, selling, or bringing to life a property like this, reach out to us. This is exactly what we do in DFW, and then we help people connect with other folks that specialize in this around the country as well. So contact us. Our information's nearby this video, or even if you're just getting the audio. And there's a PDF to download to help walk you through how to build out your zones on your property. But this is Zone 4, the open zone. I'll talk to you on the next one.